If you listen to Ford's quarterly earnings reports, they've revealed many times they make almost nothing from passenger vehicles. Now, what I mean is Ford always say this. They're an SUV and pickup truck company. And the truth is the majority of Ford's income comes from one product. It's crazy, but it's true. Pickup trucks, right? Ford Ranger, yeah, it's not hugely popular in the United States, but on a global level, it's one of the best-selling vehicles in the world. The combination of the Ford Ranger and the Ford F-Series pickup trucks is Ford's bread and butter. That's where they make their money. Without that market, Ford is, well, they're in very big trouble. Ford sells a lot of pickup trucks outside of the United States. They sell a lot in Thailand, Southeast Asia, Malaysia. They sell a hell of a lot in Australia, South Africa, many countries. Even Europe sells a lot of pickup. Ford sells a lot of pickup trucks. BYD is saying, you know what? Great. They sell a lot, therefore we can take market share from them. And to be fair, looking at Ford's Ranger plug-in hybrid, it's got what, a 15 kilowatt hour battery? It's tiny. I mean, electric only range, you can drive from here down to your local corner shop. and then it's going to start using the engine. Now, I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. Ford's, plug-in hybrid, their first attempt. I mean, at least they tried, but it's not very good. And BYD know this. BYD know this. They are building a full-size pickup truck now to take on the Ford F-150, to take on Chevy Silverado, and I think it's going to be really good. I mean, BYD know. They know it's got to be good. They know it's got to crush Ford and GM on price, on performance. I think it will. This is a kind of scary. Is this the end game? Is this the end game for Ford and General Motors? I mean, really, these guys in Ram, these guys can keep selling trucks in the US, sure. But outside of the US market, places like Brazil, Thailand, Australia, it could be over for Ford and GM. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, this is an exaggeration. Well, it's not really, because think about it. Here in Australia, it's 57,000 Australian dollars for the BYD Shark, which is BYD's alternative to the Ford Ranger, right? But the BYD Shark is bigger than a Ford Ranger, and that's the plug-in hybrid, right? It's literally going to be about $30,000 cheaper than Ford's plug-in hybrid version of it. And the Shark has a battery that's much, much bigger. It's more refined. The hybrid system is much better. And I mean, the Ford Ranger, it's just a Ford pickup truck they slapped the battery onto. Literally, it is. They literally just took a Ford pickup truck and went, oh, where can we put the battery, guys? Oh, just drill it here. Yeah, that'll do. That's what it is. And BYD is saying, okay, licking their lips, saying, thank you very much, Ford. Thank you for deciding, because partly of Donald Trump, but thank you for deciding to focus on internal combustion, because we're gonna slap you guys out of existence. Have you heard what BYD CEO is saying? He's saying they're years ahead, and he's saying it's their mission to get rid of legacy auto in China. So once BYD and other Chinese car manufacturers and XPeng and Zeekr and the others, Chery, Geely, Volvo, once they get rid of GM and Ford from China, where do you think they're going to go next? All right, what are we next? They're already going from Mexico. They're already dominating in Mexico. All right, Brazil, already dominating Brazil. All right, Thailand, that's a huge market for us. Pickup number one sales pickup trucks. Oh, let's take Thailand. They've already taken Thailand. They're just going to keep on doing this. They'll target every single country. And the fact is, the US manufacturers, they don't stand a chance. They're way too slow. They're literally on the Titanic. There's a huge iceberg down the road, and I don't think they can see it. Maybe they can, and they just think, well, we can't do anything about it. In fact, to be fair, Ford CEO did say after his visit to China that he believes the company is going to face an existential crisis. Those are his words. BYD is coming after Ford with a full-size pickup truck, which obviously will affect GM sales as well. The Shark 6, the BYD Shark 6, marked the Chinese automaker's first foray into pickup trucks, but now it has a taste of the market, it wants more. The company has confirmed it will launch a full-size pickup to rival the likes of the Ford F-150, Chevrolet Silverado, and Toyota Tundra, unlike the Shark 6, which competes against the smaller Ford Ranger and the Toyota Hilux. BYD are working on new versions of the Shark 6 in order to eviscerate the Ford Ranger and the Toyota Hilux. And don't get me wrong, I mean, BYD, they're not going to just say, hey, we're happy with the first model. Yeah, great, good. We'll just rest on our laurels. I can guarantee you they're going to have a much better version coming out in a year. Then again, in 2 years, they'll have, their new God's Eye technology, their new self-driving God's Eye technology will be on the newer version. It's going to just get better and better. And then they're going to have this F-150. I wouldn't say rival. I think it'll be better. The new truck, of course, won't be sold in the United States because of tariffs, but it'll basically just be sold in every other country around the world. Unlike full-size pickup rivals such as the F-150, Silverado, Toyota Tundra, or the Ram 1500, which are converted to right-hand drive for the Australian market, the new BYD model will be built in right-hand drive from the factory. Here in Australia, it's quite expensive. There's a huge market for pickup trucks from America, but they're very expensive because they have to be shipped from the US, and then we have to convert them from left-hand drive to right-hand drive, which costs around $30,000 per car, plus the shipping costs. We're paying double for your American pickup trucks here in Australia. BYD are like, oh, great. Okay, we'll take that market. We'll just take that instantly. Think about how quickly BYD can take that market if they can make a vehicle that will probably be half the price and better. They'll bring it out with a plug. They'll bring out a Ford F-150 rival, plug-in hybrid, have 100 kilometers of range. It'll have God's Eye safety technology, and it'll be 40% cheaper. I mean, Americans don't stand a chance. That market here is huge in Australia. It's going to be gone. I mean, BYD will take at least 50% of that market within 12 months. In theory, it'll obviously be able to easily undercut competitors because it'll build the vehicles in China. It has superior technology, and it'll build them in the the steering wheel on the right-hand side of the car. So there won't be that huge cost added on after the car has already been built. Recently speaking with Drive, the CEO of BYD's Australian distributor, EV Direct David Smitherman, confirmed development of the new pickup truck is underway. Didn't say when it's going to come out, but he said it's true. This is a real story. I'm from a full-size pickup background. That's my prior history. I love big utes, he said. Absolutely, it's in development. As a brand, I think absolutely that's an area that we'd love to be in. He said, when will it come out? Likely 2027. So it could be less than 2 years away. And it's going to be pretty damn soon. The other thing to consider here is BYD have two new blade batteries. So the two new blade batteries, the standard battery, the cheaper option, has slightly higher energy density than today's blade battery, the one that's in a Tesla Model Y that they make in Germany. Slightly higher, it's about 10% higher energy density, but it has 600 kilowatt charging ability. It's a short blade. So basically they've done something similar to Geely with their short blade Aegis battery. So it's potentially able to charge even faster than 600 kilowatt. So you're going to get a 10 to 80% charge in around 10 minutes with that. But the other version of the blade battery is the much higher energy density. I believe it's about 210 watts per kilogram in energy density. And that means that it's significantly about 30% higher energy density than the existing BYD blade battery. It'd be perfect. It'd be perfect for a pickup truck, right? It'd give you more range from a smaller battery. So that's what Ford has to contend with. Ford doesn't have their own batteries. They've got a joint venture with SK On. But I mean, really, BYD is the second biggest battery maker in the world. And probably by 2027, they'll probably be the third biggest car manufacturer in the world. By 2030, the biggest car manufacturer in the world. So if you want to see my original video, my predictions on BYD, I did it about 2 years ago. Predictions for the automotive market in 2030. I'll try and find it, put a link in the description, but I had BYD and Tesla out in first place. Now, obviously, Tesla's not planning on that anymore. That won't be happening. But BYD almost certainly will pass Toyota within the next 5 years. So what's going to happen with this new vehicle? What will it be called? Potentially the Shark 9, I've been hearing. And it's likely to be a plug-in hybrid because for a vehicle that size, BYD thinks the best option is plug-in hybrid. I personally would prefer it to be fully electric. The current BYD Shark 6 plug-in hybrid is very powerful and very fast. In fact, standard, it's about nearly half the price of the Ford Ranger Raptor. Nearly half the price, but it's faster. It's quite a bit faster. It uses a 1.5 litre turbocharged four-cylinder, which in combination with two electric motors means it produces 430 horsepower and 321 kilowatt. But that's instant power. I mean, instant. Press your foot. You don't get any delay from those turbochargers having to spool up in the Ranger or other vehicles. Just instant power. That means it can do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.7 seconds. That's 0 to 62 miles an hour in 5.7 seconds. BYD will just give this vehicle more power. I mean, the new Yangwang U8, the vehicle that they have, has 1,180 horsepower from 4 motors. The new BYD Han has the same. That's just a regular sedan. It's got 1,180 horsepower. I mean, what are Ford going to do? What are they going to do? I don't think there's much they can do. I have been hearing as well as that, Ford have delayed the new Ford F-150. Why? Cash, maybe? They're struggling with cash? I'm not really sure. But, I mean, things aren't looking good for American companies at this point in time. I honestly don't think Donald Trump realizes just how dire the situation is and that he does need to continue the car subsidy, EV subsidies, battery subsidies. Otherwise, the US car manufacturers are going to just fall behind. They were falling behind before Biden came in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Biden fan. But there's no question that the Biden administration's incentives, they basically meant that the US started to kind of catch back up a bit when it came to EVs. They did. They started to get back up a bit. But now things are looking, I think, at crisis level. What do you think? Do you agree? Let me know what you think in the comments.